Welcome to the Ultrahuman experience. This session is free for you for the complete experience. Please download the Ultrahuman app.
Hello, my name is Michelle, and you're listening to Autumn in Arrowtown. In tonight's sleep story, you will journey to Arrowtown, New Zealand, during the peak of the season to view the vibrant, jewel-toned leaves that adorn the hills like a rolling kaleidoscope. So find a place where you may get cozy and relax and ready yourself for a night of healing, dream-filled sleep. Right now is your time for special care and kindness, tailored to your needs, as I will help you unlock the unlimited potential of your imagination. Before we delve into this story, you can take this time to settle in and to wiggle out any lasting impressions of your day. Free to stretch your arms overhead if that feels right, before finding a comfortable position and taking in the deepest breath that you can. And then just sigh it all out. Make a sound if that feels right. Whatever it takes for you to feel more comfortable. You know what your body needs. Again, taking in a deep breath. And let this breath turn into a big yawn if that feels good. Before again, you just sigh it all out. Noting how even more relaxed you feel right now than you did moments ago. Feeling more connected, feeling more at peace. Allow your eyes to relax, your lids heavy upon them, like shutters on windows for the night. And now you are ready to embark on a great adventure to Arrowtown. Going within, you may visualize yourself in a car, riding along a rolling stretch of a highway that winds and weaves through the countryside of New Zealand. The emerald green grass along the silver gray edge of the road is in great contrast with the jewel-toned richness of the changing leaves. People travel from all over the world to experience Arrowtown in autumn, and you feel a giddy pleasure as you crack the window and inhale the fragrance of burning wood and decaying leaves and the potpourri of fall's arrival. You feel a deep gratitude and the anticipation that comes before a new adventure, where every new wind around a bend reveals a place you have not seen before. This feeling begins with a smile upon your face and travels to your scalp in a tingling sensation of aliveness. Inhaling the crisp air from the cracked window, you feel purified with each breath, and you feel this delight traveling across your body as your skin raises in goosebumps in anticipation. The sunlight streams from above, casting the entire vista in a golden hue. The hills roll like ocean waves in saturated colors of yellow and chartreuse and magenta and fiery orange. You drive past a winery and then an apple orchard and watch as children jump upon bales of hay and wave to you as they giggle in their play. The sweet smell of fallen apples invigorates a memory of hot apple cider on your palate, the quintessential taste of autumn. Historic cottages begin to populate the area as you come closer to the heart of Arrowtown. Before becoming a bustling tourist destination, one curious man found himself on the Arrow River in 1862, where he discovered the illustrious presence of gold. He erected a canvas tent along the river's edge. Before others followed, and Arrowtown became a tent city. But fortune and the enduring spirit of the resilient souls of 1,000 miners created a permanent fixture and frontier town that you now come upon. Traffic appears as you enter the town, but it is light, and fellow travelers offer an easy-going approach as you come upon Buckingham Street, the main thoroughfare of the town. The architecture feels like a film set for a Western movie, and you note how a trip to Arrowtown conjures a sense of time travel. Small businesses in one-story buildings populate the quaint village. As you pass a pharmacy and a general store and the Golden Nugget. On the banks of the Arrow River, and surrounded by mountains and rolling hills, there is a strong sense of safety you feel in this valley. At the peak of gold mining, this temperate season of autumn was but a warning of the harsh winters to come, where the miners struggle to survive, and you can sense the grit it must have taken to endure on. To thrive in the early settlement of Arrowtown, a strident adaptation and preparedness was vital. You admire the sharp mountain peaks that jut against the clear blue sky as you find a place to park the car. Once parked, you grab your backpack from the back seat, along with a map of the river that you fold and place in your pocket. You feel eager to explore, and that feeling mirrors the same feeling of wonder felt by the generations of wanderers who came upon Arrowtown before you. You exit the vehicle and step upon Buckingham Street. feeling welcomed by other tourists and the locals, who offer a friendly smile or nod. While the air is brisk, you feel comfortable as you have properly layered in a thick button-up sweater that covers your neck and comes to your chin in a soft, worn, knitted fabric. You relish this sweater weather as a breeze meets your nose with a slight nip and invigorates your lungs with a deep inhale, while the rest of your body is contentedly snug and warm. It is a perfect day, with the foliage gleaming as if dipped in gold from the afternoon sun. You venture towards the Arrow River, leaving the bustling town for the river's edge, as one-story pioneer homes constructed of wood are replaced by walking trails covered with fallen leaves and twigs that crunch and snap beneath your boots. The trees are like peacocks exhibiting their colorful leaves that dance against the sky. You walk along a trail that winds around the banks of the wide, shallow river, with its quick current that flows over smooth, silvery stones. An older man, dressed in denim and a navy flannel shirt, reveals a toothy smile that shines from his bearded face. He has an authenticity reminiscent of the first gold miners to discover Arrowtown in the 19th century. And you learn he is the progeny of generations of gold miners who first settled here. He regales you with details about Arrowtown, and the river becomes a reflection pool that shows the history of the town playing before you as you see the tectonic plates colliding and forming mountains, as glaciers ground down the rocky surfaces to form melting pools, creating the Arrow River and the valley that now exists before you. In a dreamy haze, like a watercolor set to motion on the river, you envision the scores of settlers who came to this very river with their tin pans, seeking fortune, as if they are still here, mining away in the monotonous or meditative experience, depending on their perspective. How they may spend endless days hanging on to hope, contemplating their lives and internal struggles for success, before a sparkle of gold would flash through the monotone silt and enliven them to believe all was right with the world. You return to the present moment and watch the modern-day miner as he runs his pan through the fresh water, before he looks up and meets your gaze, sensing your curiosity. He invites you over and gives you a pan, demonstrating how to dip it deep into the silt of the river and begin shaking it in search of precious metals. The cold water tingles at first, then numbs your fingers, with a refreshing contrast to the warm sun that shines upon your face like a heated blanket as you submerge the tin pan deep into the silt and slowly remove it from the river. You can almost taste the minerality of the fresh water as a gentle mist travels from the surrounding mountains and forms around the banks of the river. Inhaling, the air almost tastes like a metal spoon upon your lips. As you calmly exhale, as you raise your tin pan. The miner encourages you with his eyes that are a piercing blue and sparkle with a hint of mischief. You find yourself feeling so very happy, with a wonderful sense of belonging in a place that was completely new to you just moments ago. And you realize why now thousands of visitors flock to Arrowtown for a getaway. Because there is a stillness and inherent beauty all around. Placing the tin pan in the water, you catch your own reflection and watch as the sun sparkles and makes your pupils retract by the brilliance of the light reflecting back. Methodically, you place the pan in the river, digging deep in the silt, before feeling the weight of the water that runs through the pan like a sprinkler. You note how this methodical motion puts you into a trance state. As you look into the tin pan, the sunlight hits a small golden nugget that sparkles. You take it out and smile, surprised by your first-timer's luck. The miner pats your back and celebrates your finding. When you try to gift this to him, he insists it is yours and to enjoy your lucky day. You smile and thank him, running the piece of gold between your fingers and feeling its coarse edges. Ready to set out along the river, you remove the folded map so you may hike to your accommodations for the night. The air becomes cooler, and you walk beneath the vibrant canopy of trees, cast in shades of scarlet red and marigold and mustard, lending a storybook quality. Adjusting the straps of your backpack, you feel your own strength and the tiredness that begins to set into your muscles. The river flows beside you, its current fast and consistent, and you watch a burgundy red leaf as it breaks away from a branch, floating on the soft breeze against the backdrop of a baby blue sky, before it lands and falls into the water. It floats downstream, over rocks and ripples at a quick pace, not once resisting. And as you watch this vibrant leaf go with the flow, you reflect on your own ability to go with the flow. Perhaps there are times in your life when you find yourself becoming tense and resisting, when it would be easier to just surrender, to let go, to recognize that you are part of something that is much bigger than you. The sky is now like an oil painting, with brilliant brush strokes in shades of fuchsia and tangerine, painted above the dark mountain peaks and fall foliage. You take a seat upon the bed of small stones along the river, so you may watch the glowing orb disappear beyond the horizon. No matter how much time has eclipsed and how the town has changed, the rhythm of the sun setting behind the horizon has been consistent. Before twilight sets in, you set out to your cabin, and looking to the sky, you see a plume of smoke that thins out like a gray-black stream against the sky, and look to your map to realize you are close to the cabin, and turn upon a dirt path that veers away from the river's shore. Soothed by the sound of the rustling leaves, as an evening's gentle wind blows off the river, you step on twigs and fallen leaves as they crunch beneath your feet like nature's own rhythm section. You recall the splendor of playing in the leaves as a child. The sweet smell of the decaying dry leaves transports you to memories of long ago. You take a moment to appreciate how your senses are like a constant string through time that reminds you of where you have been and all that you are. You come upon a clearing in the now dark woods, and a lantern illuminates the porch of a one-story cabin erected with weathered dark wood. This miner's cottage, once a symbol of success, in modern society is a no-frills rustic dwelling, and you welcome the simplicity. There is a quietude as you enter this clearing, with only the sound of the river gently flowing in the background. You come upon a fire pit that has been prepared for you in advance by the cabin's caretaker. Adjacent to the stone pit is a chair and a basket containing canned goods, a can opener, utensils, and a cast iron skillet. Removing a lighter from your bag, you ignite the tinder, watching as the flames grow, and you place a log into the pit as the fire engulfs it. You select a can of your favorite meal and open it, appreciating how easily your needs are met compared to the original owners of this home. Placing the food in the cast iron, you hold it over the fire, imagining the many meals of miners from long ago beneath the starry sky, just as you are now. The aroma of your meal causes you to salivate. The hunger from all your travels now in full gear, as you remove the pan from the heat, take a seat, and begin to eat. You look through the silhouette of the trees to the stars above and the full moon that casts the river and the clearing with a silver glow. Feeling satiated by this hot meal, your body begins to melt into a state of tiredness, and you feel quite heavy. The flames have retreated, and glowing embers remain as you rise and retreat to the cabin for the night. You step upon the porch, looking to the moon one last time before you enter the cabin. The door creaks behind you, and the small one-room space is set aglow by a fire in the wood stove. A log-framed bed is nestled in the corner, where a handmade quilt rests upon it. You remove your clothing and remember the piece of gold in your pocket, which you remove and set on a bedstand, watching how it gleams in the dimly lit room. You change into freshly laundered fleece pajamas packed in your bag, feeling so heavy and so tired. You make your way to the bed, pulling back the heavy quilt and tucking yourself within. Your imagination drifts to all those who sought shelter from the elements in the simple home, realizing how basic your needs truly are. The basic comforts of the cabin tune you in to how little you need to thrive and feel safe. And this adventure reminds you that wherever you go, there you are. Even when you explore uncharted territory, feeling so tired and ready for sleep, you may drift from my voice, and I am going to count you down to a restorative night of sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding inner peace, finding stillness, finding sleep. Good night.